This is me.
Just kidding. This is me.
My name is Amanda, and welcome to my podcast where I will be talking about pop culture, music, film, drama, and fan videos.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Always Popular. I'm Amanda, your host, so let's jump into the next episode. Today, I am going to be doing a continuation of my past series, the Underrated series. So this is going to be my second overall episode. For this episode, I'll be talking about the most underrated 90s boy band and or pop rock trio in my musical catalog. This is Hanson, Underrated and Overshadowed. So this pop rock trio consisted of three brothers, and so the oldest is Isaac, and then you have the middle man Taylor, and then you have the youngest being Zach. So so I'm going to go over a little brief history of what they did back then and then also now. So they were created and founded in Oklahoma. And so all three brothers catapulted into the scene with their CD, Middle of Nowhere, and most people would know them actually for their song Bop. And so basically, like from back then to now, they have catapulted into a serious pop rock trio man band. Moving on. 90s, Hanson was technically popular. However, I feel like they weren't nearly as popular as their peers, such as NSYNC, Five, Backstreet Boys, B2K, and also a bunch of other notable boy bands in the 90s that blew up. So around this time, especially if you grew up to this style of music, the 90s slash early 2000s were the golden years of the boy bands. Basically my favorite time of music, especially growing up. When it comes to all these boy bands, they all had a formula. They all had to have a certain image, sound, somewhat good dance moves. Hanson, however, stemmed away from the stereotypical boy band formula. One reason why they are underrated is because of their creative control and input. Whether a boy band or not, most people didn't have a say or much a creative control in making their own music. When it comes to the pop rock trio of brothers, they were always involved in making their music. They were constantly credited as the main songwriters on each track from every album, and they had very little co-writers. If anything, they only had maybe like one co-writer, maybe like maybe honestly like only like maybe like one maybe only once or twice on like any album they did. The trio was 100% involved in every aspect of their career, and I feel that they were underrated and also overshadowed by their peers with all the talent that they had to offer, especially with their first album, when most people don't get to be in control for their debut album, which I may add, they actually did 95 or 90% of actually the work on that album. So I find that very impressive, especially with them being so young. As the years went by, they still managed to write and even produce their own hits. They actually even left their label and created their called 3CG in order to have more ownership and even more control than they ever did when they were young. Reason number two of why they are underrated is because of their musicality. Their musicality is also known as their musical talent. For those that don't know what that means, it's their musical talent that really took them far, especially for more than 20 years now. From young teens to young adults, they still got it. From Taylor being the piano man, Isaac on the guitar, and Zach on the drums. They even play even more than just their primary instruments in the band. They even play more. Taylor, the frontman, he also plays the drums, bongos. He also plays the guitar and the harmonica as well. Isaac, who mainly plays the guitar, also plays piano. bass, and the synthesizer as well. Zach, who is the youngest, and that I may add was only 6 years old when the band started, which is very young to join a band. Not only did he play the drums, but he also plays the piano as well, and the guitar as well. All three of them probably play the most instruments out of any 90s boy band slash pop rock trio that I've ever seen when I was younger. However, they never seemed to get the respect that they truly deserve. Sadly, I'll never understand why they weren't as big as their peers. Maybe it had something to do with their marketability. Honestly, I'll never know, because I wasn't there in the 90s, because I was just born. Luckily for me, I was definitely blessed. Listening to their music growing up, I was the lucky one. However, like their musical talent, aged just like Fine One, much like their looks as well. So it definitely seems like they are still doing their thing, and that they are still doing good today. And so for the last reason why I believe that they are underrated is simply because of their performances. Yes, they still tour. A lot of people even think that they don't even tour anymore. I don't know what reason, but just to let you know that they are still touring. They are still making music and doing their thing. Sadly, I've never seen them in person. Hopefully one day I will. But every time that I would watch a performance of theirs online, I always think that they have genuine, fun, full of energy and passion during all their live, performances. I would like to add that this is probably the main reason why I always loved their music and always loved their performances. So for the finale, we are going to take a listen at some of their best performances.
Hey everybody, I'm Isaac.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Zach.
And we're Hanson.
And you're watching Billboard.com.
Well, I gave you love, you know it. So when did you outgrow it and decide that you would find another man? Yeah. Well, you've been out there shaking and the balls are chasing. When you get home, you think I'll be the bigger man. Yeah. Well, I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. Yeah. Well, I know your reputation, 'cause you send my heart racing. You think I will always be the fool. But I've run out of patience for this sticky situation. You won't find me crying never through it. Well, I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. It's sad to say, but baby, every day I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. Hey, hey, yeah. Come on, yeah. You're not too proud to beg. Well, I can give you some respect, 'cause the junior homing's never gonna change, yeah. You didn't have to do what you did, but I think you would end it like this. 'Cause the love I've got is better than what you gave. Well, I got girls in line waiting for these arms of mine. Listen up to what I say. I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. It's sad to say, but baby, every day I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. Hey, hey, yeah. Well, I've had enough of your changing love. You give me every day, yeah. Hey. I try and do it right through the lonely nights, but I don't get blamed. Come on, yeah, I'm not gonna dreams may have seemed better days, and you don't know how or why, but you've lost your way. And I fear when your tears are falling, I will hear your spirit calling, and I swear that I'll be there. Come with me when you have no light to guide you, and I want to walk beside you. I will come to you. Oh, I will come to you. When the night is dark, you show me you won't have to reach out for me. I will come to you. Oh, I will come to you. We all need somebody we can trust. Oh, someone who'll always understand. Oh, so if you feel like you're truly standing and you need the strength to keep trying, well, I'll reach out and take your hand. When you have no light to guide you, and I want to walk beside you, I will come to you. Oh, I will come to you. When the night is dark and slowly, you won't have to reach out for me. I will come to you. Oh, I will come to you. I will come to you. Oh, I will come to you.
Before I go, this is actually a weird coincidence, and I actually didn't know this. I would like to wish Isaac a very late happy birthday because his birthday happens to be this week. So, happy birthday, Isaac. So that concludes the second episode of the Underrated series. Thanks for tuning in, and you'll hear me in the next episode.